Welcome to the Africa Oye podcast. It's called Oye World Pod. It's a new show. I'm here. My name is Paul Dewaney, Artistic Director for Africa Oye, and with my co-host, Spy.
Hi. How are you doing, guys?
So this is the first of 6 podcasts that we're going to be trialing over the next year. It's going to be some interesting content. The first one is a pilot with just myself and my co-host, Spy, that we do a show quite regularly on the radio, Melodic Distraction. A lot of people saying to us, you guys should do a podcast, so that's why we're trialing this. Yeah. We're looking to have special guests from Liverpool, the Northwest, and all over the country to take part in the show moving forward.
Different backgrounds as well, sport, music. We've got a lot of things covered, haven't we?
We have, and what's going to be really good is that we're going to try and do something a little bit different. The guests that we have on, we don't necessarily want them to talk about what they do for a living. We want them to talk about another passion in their life that is completely different to what they normally do, that people might not even associate with them.
Makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another feature we're going to do is I Can't Go Without, which is like guests will have to give us a list of 5 tracks that they cannot go without. You know, like we've all got that in our life, those reoccurring tracks that you play even years after, and like you still get that kind of that little buzz of nostalgia when you hear them.
Yeah. When you're in a certain mood, you just want to put that song on to make you feel that way again. Yeah,
I think it's really going to be difficult to get that down to 5, but
I couldn't do it.
We'll give it a try. And then the other thing we're going to do, which we're going to actually trial today, is to try and program our Dream Festival lineup.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah, it is. And very interesting for me because obviously I program a music festival, and I thought the parameters normally would be literally people can program anything they want.
Yeah.
6 bands per day, kind of similar to the Oye format. And ordinarily they could choose anybody, but because I'm actually programming music festivals, I thought it'd be best to put some parameters in there.
Yeah, you got to limit yourself because you could have just picked.
Yeah,
friends.
and also I'm going to offend someone along the line, aren't I?
Yeah.
If I choose. So I thought the parameters for me would be either artists that are no longer with us or artists that I could never afford to program. Well, actually, after watching this, then maybe somebody might have pity on me
You
and
never know.
throw their services forward.
It's true. You never know.
And then from your point of view, what I want to do is...
Oh, here we go.
You can do the DJs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because your other passion is cooking, I want you to come up with some food concessions that you'd like to see there as well.
Okay. That's interesting.
And even some drink. But let's get on with the music first.
Yeah, music first. Yeah.
Now, from my point of view, this is really, really difficult for me to do. So I'm going to start off with my dream lineup.
Yeah.
Right. And, really, really difficult for me to think of the different genres of music that I like, the different, whether they're female, whether they're male, from what era. So I've just tried to do it on the fly and just hope I've come up with something.
Best way to do it is on the fly.
Yeah. So, opening up on Saturday is going to be Jill Scott, backed by The Roots. Right, Jill Scott.
Wow.
One of my favourite soul singers.
Mine too, actually. Mine too. Yeah.
Neo soul, they call it, but for me, it's just soul.
Soul, real soul.
Yeah.
Modern soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant artists. I've got practically all of her albums, and it's that music that really Sunday afternoon music. Actually, I know it's on Saturday afternoon, but we have to open somewhere, and I don't want to, because with a festival, when you're programming a festival, you don't want to go in too hard straight away. You just want to ease people into it. So as people arrive in, just...
What's your name, girlfriend? Girlfriend, what's your name?
My name is Jillscott. Jill Scott represent North Philly, y'all.
bassy beats from the Roots.
Yeah.
Not too heavy, but just nice, man.
Organic, I call it, because it's still live.
Yeah.
It's live hip hop, live soul. Yeah,
So Jill Scott will be opening Back by the Roots for my first act.
interesting.
Yeah. So let's move on to slot number 2. Now, this is where I've tried to be a bit more creative, right? Obviously, massive fan of Motown music growing up. And there's too many artists to pick. So what they used to do back in the day was a Motown showcase.
That's right.
So I'm putting in a little hour-and-a-half Motown showcase featuring Stevie Wonder,
Whoa.
Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, Dinah Ross and the Supremes. And they're going to be sharing that hour-and-a-half slot, you know, coming on, working with each other like they used to do back in the day.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think start to get the party moving now. We're looking in sort of early afternoon.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public. But when it comes down to
Wow.
Yeah, you feeling that?
Yeah. Yeah. I've had a few drinks now.
But yeah, so I think that's a nice start. Obviously, I've started with Neo Soul. I've gone retro with a second with Motown. Now we're moving into, you know, bigger bands moving forward, getting a bit more lively. And I'm going to go with Prince and the Revolution, right? Which is like, you know, we have to choose specific periods in time.
Yes.
You know, and I couldn't put on Prince in the late 2000s.
So you're talking about early 90s, late 80s Prince.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1999 was out a little bit. I probably, that Purple Rain album.
Yeah.
That kind of time.
Okay.
When he was working with the Revolution, because he actually, you know, morphed all the time into different bands and different people that he worked with.
That's right.
So that's why these artists have longevity, is because they can sort of move with the times.
With the times.
And Prince was one of that. And obviously multi-talented, played every instrument that's going really, and could sing, can dance, could sing in different tones. I was actually lucky to see him 6 times in my life. Probably the artist I've seen most perform live.
And he didn't feel any kind of way, as we say, to kind of give his music to the public. Because he did that
I also
freely.
think, if you go back if you're saying, I thought you were going to talk more about his performance, because going back in that time, you know, he was literally going on stage, you know, in female clothing and pretty androgynous in the time where, you know, America was quite, you know, wasn't ready for that. You know? So a black man going on stage in suspenders and heels, you know, performing was like, wow, what is this? It was like big things.
Yeah.
But as he become more, you know, as Purple Rain hit, he sort of got a little bit more commercial. And it was more about, as every artist, once they become big, you know, go back to people like David Bowie, who was doing that back in the day. People they just look beyond that, and they just look at the person's music and their creativity. Yeah. And finally there was some acceptance. It was kind of this Prince Michael Jackson rivalry going on.
That's
at the
right.
time. But I was always a Prince man. But I love Jacko, don't get me wrong, he was amazing. But you know, it was almost like comparing Messi and Ronaldo. They're kind of a little bit different.
They are,
definitely. Both brilliant.
Yeah.
But different in their own right. But Prince will be on after my Motown showcase. 4th on the list.
Wow.
So, and, you know, just to level up the Prince and Michael Jackson thing, next on the list is obviously going to be Michael Jackson. But I'm going to actually have him with the Jackson 5 on their own.
Okay.
I didn't put on part of the Motown showcase because I thought, you know, they'll deserve a slot on their own. And because I've just had Prince on, I don't want Michael Jackson to be on because it'd be a bit of get a little bit heated like backstage.
Yeah,
you
you couldn't
that
really,
rivalry.
you couldn't really have it like that.
Yeah, we don't want tension. This is a love festival, you know. And peace and love and all over the place. So I put the young Jacksons in there as a Jackson 5 to almost shock the crowd. I've never seen them before. I've never seen these young guys come out dancing, you know, synchronizing, singing. Jacko doing some, you know, solos when he's a young boy. Remember, you know, the
Of course.
the beautiful the solo songs that he sang with meaning and
Yeah.
feeling, coming from a 10-year-old that never experienced love before.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely throwing them on in 5th slot for that day. Is that right? So we got Jill Scott back by The Roots in 1.
Yep.
The Motown Showcase in 2. Prince and the Revolution in 3. We're going to Jackson 5. Yeah, so I'm going to put in Jackson 5 in my 4th slot. I'm locking them in, is that all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so for slot number 5, again, being a bit creative, and I could imagine this it might have actually happened somewhere on the internet, but I'm going to put in Peak Whitney, you know.
Yep.
And peak Aretha Franklin. In
Aretha
fact,
Franklin.
just put Aretha in any time with
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
Aretha, for me, you know, she's a bit like Gladys Knight. I saw Gladys Knight perform, who I'd love to put in there as well. I didn't see her perform live, but I saw a video of her performing, you know, a few years ago, and she's just smashing it still.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
you know, I'm quite happy to put Pete Whitney in with Aretha Franklin.
That's a good one.
To hold it up, ready for the final live act on the Saturday. Now, obviously with Africa Oye, people who don't know Africa Oye, traditionally Saturday evening is the reggae headliner slot. Has always gone down well. We've had the likes of Morgan Family Heritage,
Yep.
Freddie McGregor,
Max Romeo.
you know, just too many to mention, but it's kind of been an OEA tradition, and one of the traditions that I would have loved to have put on would have been Bob Marley and the Wailers for sure.
Definitely.
That's you can't think of, I can't think of any way to end the Saturday night in my dream festival lineup. What do you reckon?
Definitely, without a doubt.
There's a natural mystic flowing through the air. If you listen carefully now, you will hear. This could be the first trumpet, might as well be the last. Many more will have to suffer, many more will have to die. Don't ask me why. Things are not the way they used to be. I won't tell no lie.
Okay, so before I go to my Sunday, how's it looking so far?
It's looking great.
Would you go?
What? What kind of question is that?
I know, so
I would already been camping the night before.
These tickets are going to be priceless, by the way. I don't know how you can afford it. I might put you on the guest list.
Oh,
As
thanks.
soon as we
I'll
get
be
each other.
camping the night before anyway.
Okay, so before we go to my Sunday lineup, can you supplement? I'm going to put you on the spot. Can you supplement with my lineup with some DJs in your DJ tent?
In the DJ tent, well, yeah, because I'll have to go back to sound systems of the peak Carnival era.
Okay.
And when I mean Carnival, I mean the Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival, where all the sound systems used to come together. And me as a young kid used to go and watch them when it was a family trip. So I would put in there, for sure, David Rodigan.
Okay. The great Rodigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, for sure, David Rodigan will be in there. Saxon will be in there.
Okay.
Only because they were a London sound, and growing up in London to my teens, that's the kind, we always listen to local DJs, local sounds, local artists.
Yeah.
So it would have been the likes of Saxon, and then there would have also been Coxon as well.
Yeah, I mean, that sound system culture, for people that don't know, is not too dissimilar from the battle rap culture of today.
That's right.
You know,
But
you'd
it was
have-
DJs
Yeah,
battling.
so you'd have two sounds.
Yep.
And there'll be someone who would be called the toaster, or the MC.
That's
who would be
right.
toasting.
Yep.
And they'll be almost cursing each other out, but with music.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, and then lots of sound effects, you know,
Yeah.
a crowd on one side, a crowd on the other. But it never really used to get aggy, did it? It was
No, never.
It was always about the music, really, wasn't it?
Because of the entertainment, because
Yeah.
you'd go there or you'd listen to the sound tapes as we used to.
Yeah.
And listen
It's
to...
more about laughing. Do
Yes.
you know what I mean? And, did you hear what he said? Oh,
Yeah,
did
and
you
it was all about who had the best, and Rory would know this and back me on this one, the dub plates.
Yeah.
Who had the best dub plates? For example, you mentioned Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Very few sounds, Rory knows this, has Bob Marley dub plates.
Yeah.
And David Rodigan,
Yeah.
probably the only one that has.
Yeah.
Am I right? Yeah? So that's what I like. I grew up in that era. So for sounds, I'll pick, or DJ sounds, I'll pick David Rodigan, Saxon. But if I had to pick, I also have to pick another sound that was not from here, and that's Stone Love.
Okay.
Stone Love, Jamaican sound.
Okay.
And I grew up listening to that kind of, with those sound systems as well. So that'll be in there. And if you have to pick the music, the other music that also grew up it wasn't just reggae, it was also R&B, hip hop. So Rampage,
Okay.
yeah, good friends of mine, those guys as well, because we worked together many times. I still work for them on their radio station down in London.
So just to be clear, this is all of them in their peak.
In their peak times. And Rampage were one of the key sound systems that kind of specialized in hip hop R&B, but they were always headlining at Notting Hill Carnival,
Okay.
guaranteed. You know,
Yeah, I mean, Notting Hill Carnival for me was the event of the year.
Yeah.
In London from probably 80s, late sort of mid 80s for me, all the way up to sort of like the early 2000s.
Yes.
Actually before I moved to Liverpool, which was I moved to Liverpool in '99, so around mid '90s.
same. That's, yeah,
Because it started to get a little bit, monotonous.
yeah. The generations were changing. The
Yeah.
generations of people that were attending was changing at the time.
I'm not saying there wasn't any trouble when we went in the day, but it's very isolated. There's more trouble you get anywhere in a massive crowd of people.
Yeah.
But then it sort of became like almost like, you weren't enjoying going there because you
Yeah.
have to worry about, all the craziness that was going on around it, But yeah, when it was organic and when it was all about the music, Carnival, there was no better place.
Definitely, and that's my kind of go-to when I'm thinking of my dream lineup as DJs. I'm thinking about the ones that I used to see
Yeah.
at Notting Hill Carnival.
You might as well just draw in a little a Notting Hill Carnival tent then, isn't it?
Oh, well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And
So
that was just the sounds. I never mentioned really the individual DJs apart from Rodigan.
Yeah.
My other DJ was a very dear DJ, a friend of mine, passed away not too long ago, a couple of years ago, Steve Sutherland.
Oh, Steve Sutherland.
Yeah, and we were quite good friends because we shared common ancestry, so we were quite close. But he was the one behind the Twice as Nice, all of that. He's won a number of awards and he was amazing. So I would like to have him because he kind of was one of the people, apart from Trevor Nelson, that made R&B
Mainstream.
mainstream,
Yeah,
So, and a lot of people don't realize that his events were key to that happening. And that was that crossover with the commercial garage R&B scene, all of that. Twice as Nice was in amongst that mix of events that were kind of bringing that together.
Yeah, if you saw Twice as Nice were
Yeah.
playing somewhere, you wanted to be there.
You wanted to be there.
Twice as quick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you're supplementing me nicely. I'm quite happy with that. So before we move on to my Sunday lineup, should we just talk about some Africa Oye gigs that are coming up?
Yes.
Hotly anticipated, actually, because we haven't had any gigs for eons, really.
Good while.
A good while. No festival, no events. So what we're trying to do is build it back up again. We're going to start off doing some really small, intimate gigs, and we're going to work it up to bigger gigs moving forward, and then obviously announce the festival dates in the autumn at some point. Are we still in the summer?
Yeah, like, does it feel like it? I don't know.
It's strange, isn't it?
It is, I know.
First up, what do we have?
We have Blick Bassie.
So Blick Bassie is playing at the Liverpool Philharmonic Music Room, which is a very intimate venue, gorgeous venue actually,
Very nice.
for an amazing artist. This guy is from Cameroon. We've toured him before. Beautiful. Yeah, so Blick Bassie will be playing at the Phil. It's a 3-man show, really intimate, acoustic, beautiful show, quite emotive actually. Blick actually featured on iTunes.
Yes.
One of their adverts. So he kind of broke through because of that. But we toured him around the UK. And we also worked with him on a number of occasions, so it's good. We had this plan before lockdown actually, so it's brilliant that he's going to be coming. So look forward to that. For all the information on that, I'll give you that in a minute. But who else we got coming up?
We've got Mulatu Astake.
So Mulatu Astake is from Ethiopia, Ethiopian jazz. This is, and it's again. He's kind of revered, and I don't know how many times he's going to be touring after this show. So if you want to get tickets for that, you better get down there.
Yes.
I think the first show sold out, but I think there might be still some tickets available for the second show. What was the date of that, Spy?
That was the 28th of October.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any information on tickets for Africa Oye events, you can go to africaoye.com. You can go to Africa Oye Official on Facebook and on Twitter and Instagram, and you can get all ticketed information for those gigs. But as I said, get in there quickly because they will be sold out soon. Spy.
Definitely.
Should we move on to Sunday's lineup?
Your Sunday lineup, yes.
Okay, so this is really getting difficult and really hard. But
It will be. It's kind of like the final day of the festival, so you've got to make it big.
Yeah, so there's a lot of pressure here. So I'm going to start off, I'm going Neo Soul again.
Why not?
I'm going Erykah Badu.
Typical Sunday.
Typical Sunday, and also typical artist for people just arriving with their families and friends.
Yes.
And actually, because Erykah's on first, I think it's going to pack out the park pretty early.
Definitely
For a 12:30 start, I think, if Erykah Badu's on, you want to be there at 11:30.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
If you were worried about where I've been or who I saw, what club I went to with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. If you were worried about where
My stalls are doing really well. Food's selling good. There's a lot of money to be made. The sun's shining. Erykah's opened up, man, and I've got this Sunday on lock.
Yes, it sounds like it.
Happy with that start?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so here's my creative side again working on the Sunday. You obviously know I'm a big fan of hip hop, always have been, always will be. Plays a big part in my life.
Oh, I know he's going to mention on this one now.
So again, there's too many great artists for me to, put on this stage in terms of rap artists. So I've tried to narrow it down as much as I can. The producer, Dr. Dre.
Y'all know me, still the same OG, but I've been low key. Hated on by
He's going to have a Dr. Dre showcase, right? And it's going to be featuring Eminem, Snoop, Biggie, Tupac, and Kendrick Lamar.
I thought so.
Yeah, you're dead right there. I've got to have Kendrick Lamar in there.
Yes.
I play these albums non-stop, as you can testify by coming to my office and hearing it all the time.
All the time.
But yeah, I felt like his albums were like stories to me,
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
It's like,
Sure.
People talk about spoken word and poetry. It's almost like a lot of his album, one of his albums,
Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly, was almost bordering on that spoken
right.
word, And at
Yeah.
first I didn't know how to like because of his previous album, it was almost like, okay, what's he going to come with? And you know that some people can make another album and it could backfire on them because people invariably want that first album again, but they don't want it to be the same as the first album. Do you know what I mean? So you're in that kind of almost like...
But he done it right.
He done it really good. But a lot of my friends were like, when they heard it first, I'm not too sure about that. And the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, I'm not too sure about it, but I'm going to listen to it again. And I was like,
amazing album.
Work of art, man.
It's an amazing album.
You know. So I haven't got to see Kendrick live yet. Hopefully I will. But with this Dr. Dre production that he's on, obviously you got to have Tupac and Biggie on there. You got to have Snoop on there. You got to have Eminem on there. That's a heavyweight showcase, man. And we're giving them an hour and a half, just like we gave them Motown the day before. We want to keep it.
Yeah, they have to have an hour and a
Keep
half.
things level.
Yeah. Sure.
So that's my second artist. And people will say, oh, he's cheating. He's like it's hard, man. And I think you can imagine the showcases happening. Those Motown showcases used to happen. The Dr. Dre showcases used to happen.
Yeah, up in
where
Smoke
they've-
Tour
yeah.
and all of that stuff.
So,
Yeah.
it's not something I'm coming out with that's outlandish, is it?
No.
I think it's within the parameters. What do you think?
Definitely so. Definitely so.
Cool. So, moving on, I'm going to move into a British act actually, for my mid-afternoon slot. And it's going to be like a strange choice. That one of them where you put on and you think, I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. I don't know how the crowd's going to receive it amongst all this, these greats, But I'm putting in Bristol's finest, Massive Attack.
Wow.
Right? And they will be featuring some female artists as well.
Definitely.
The likes of, is it Shira Nelson? Who was on the Blue Lines album? Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah, she'll
Yeah.
be on there. And I might throw in a few, I might even get Amy Winehouse to come in there and do something with them.
Definitely.
So, yeah, we'll have some Massive Attack featuring, some stellar British artists. Someone like Georgia Smith might come in there as a
Oh, so you come on, yeah. Now
current.
generation.
Yeah. I can see her working with Massive Attack. So yeah, that's my next on the list for my full slot, which is Massive Attack featuring UK female and male vocalists. Next on the list, he has to be on there because we're now getting to Sunday, and Sunday's always you're building a crescendo for the end of the show. So
Yeah.
you're starting to really fire it up now. We're gonna have to have James Brown on, man. James Brown's gonna be doing like a full live show.
JBs, everybody.
JB's, yeah. We're gonna have it's gonna be a big ride of that one because I think there's about 28 people in this travelling party. In fact, 28 people on stage,
Yeah.
plus 10 in the travelling party. He's got like 4 tour managers that'll all want their own fee as well. So this is a big production. But we said at the beginning, money no object. So I can bring this all in. There's no, I've got that freedom of just programming whoever I like. James Brown is going to tear it up.
The original rapper.
Yeah, that's number 5. Then to headline, I've got to keep it African. True to my Africa Oye heritage, I'm going to go with Fela Kuti with a live show. And this is another big band. We're talking 25 on stage. We're talking all these wives, just sitting off in the background.
Yeah, I've noticed that you said wives.
Yeah. Anybody that's watched the documentary on Fela Kuti will know what I'm talking about. All above board, you know.
It's a tribal thing.
It's a tribal thing. But yeah, and also what I did before, you might be saying, Fela Kuti live, that's going to be ages. Yeah, what I did before is I got in touch with the council, got a late license, told them that on the Sunday I need a late license, and Fela's going to be playing a 3-hour set.
That's just 3 songs.
Phenomenal. yeah, 3 songs. So like, we got an extension from the usual 9:30. We're going on till 12:30.
It has to be at the earliest.
And we've actually said that we'll clear the park really quickly. You know, everybody be gone. There'll be no. But what do you reckon?
Yeah, that's the good way to end Sunday.
Yeah. But what I haven't done is ask you what kind of DJs you're going to supplement the Sunday with, because I know you went very heavy on the carnival.
Yeah, and
is there a theme for the Sunday? Or you're just going to go with a loose DJ lineup?
Now, with the Sunday now, I would incorporate local DJs as well.
Okay.
So I'd have to put Lyrical Compact on there.
Good shout.
Because they're my boys. They're people that I knew all my life in Liverpool. And we come up together in this city, in this scene, you know. So I'll put them on there. That's Ola Bean, Too Kind, and D Fresh, by the way. I'll put them on there for sure. And then I'll put another dear friend of mine who's no longer with us. And when I was younger DJing, coming up as a DJ during the pirate radio times in London, DJ Swing.
Okay.
And DJ Swing, we used to play together a few times, a number of gigs around London, and then we used to do a few outside. When I moved to Liverpool, Ola Bean happened to know him, and then whenever we started gigging together in other cities, and it was good to just always catch up with him, because we only caught up when we were gigging together.
Yeah.
No longer with us, but he was an amazing DJ. And again, he was very similar style to Steve Sutherland. He had a similar kind of mindset when it comes to kind of making the music that we love mainstream. He was great at doing that, especially when he was DJing, and won a number of awards like Steve did as well. So I'll put him on there.
Okay.
And then, see, this one's going to be hard.
How about, right, just while you're thinking of that, can I have like just a special VIP after party with black coffee?
I knew he was going to put him. He was Kendrick Lamar, now it's black coffee.
No, but if we have black coffee, is this? I'm not trying to. When I say VIP, I mean let's say friends and family.
Yeah, no. You know what?
All the people that have been working on the festival all day,
love it. Love black coffee.
all our friends and family and close ones.
Yeah.
We just have a special evening with black coffee straight after Fela.
Definitely Sunday, sun's going down type of vibe. That is definitely a black coffee type of thing.
Cool.
I agree.
So,
totally.
how much are you willing to pay for my tickets? If you had to pay, you couldn't put a price on those tickets. Could you pay anything? I would say.
No, you can't put a price on it. But if he had to.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't, could you really? What sort of food are you thinking of?
Oh, I've got a bias, haven't I? So it would have to be Ital. So I'll have...
Explain to the viewers what you mean by Ital.
Right, what I mean by Ital is basically in Rasta culture, which is traditionally a Caribbean culture, they tend to eat natural. So they don't eat food that is being seasoned. They eat food that is naturally grown from the earth. They don't eat meat. They don't eat dairy. So that's Ital. So basically it's vegan. I am vegan. So I tend to cook and eat a lot of that type of food. So I would like to have a lot of my family selling, because I've got a few Rastas in my family that are vegan, and I would love to have them selling their authentic food.
So are we going
healthy.
for a vegan only menu? That'll be like, I reckon you should.
No, it's an option.
I reckon you should. I reckon that's
yeah, it's an
groundbreaking.
option, but we won't be just eating it. It'll be in a calabash traditionally. So that's the traditional Caribbean way of eating food, which is the kind of shell of
and
you know what it is.
And places of Africa.
And places of Africa as well, that's where it comes from, but it's also South American culture as well, and we obviously, Caribbean, we're a mix of the two. So that's why we use the calabash. So that's what I think everybody be eating out of. Totally natural, maybe even gluten-free.
Okay.
Go that
This is
far.
a groundbreaking festival, guys.
Yeah, and to keep it clean, nice, and everybody would have the energy, and they'd have the focus on what's happening, and they'll have a great night.
Okay. And here's one there. Where would this festival take place?
Oh.
I'm saying Liverpool because that's where we're at.
It'd have to be Sefton Park.
Sefton Park seems like the
It'd have to be Sefton Park.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because we'd have to be using
I
every
reckon
part of that park.
Yeah,
the
I
palm
reckon we're
house,
gonna-
everything.
We'll have to use the palm house. We'll have to use the bandstand
Yeah.
because we're gonna have like little, smaller satellite artists going on.
That's
as well,
right.
Aren't we? I'm loving this festival. I'm so excited, man. Can't wait. It's not real.
That's a great dream festival right there.
Yeah.
The DJ lineup, the artists
Okay.
from all genres, all
All right.
backgrounds.
So you kind of got the gist of what we're going to be doing, and we're going to kind of do that with all the special guests that we have on. Where, as I said earlier, we're trying to get people that we know from the music industry, from the acting fraternity, from the sports fraternity. So we're trying to like get people on that we're all familiar with, and in Liverpool
Yeah.
and the UK,
Yeah.
to talk about their
It's
favorite.
influential people from all backgrounds, really, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, so some of the other events that are coming up in Liverpool over the next month. Spy, can you help me out?
Oh, so we've got Positive Vibrations on the 10th and 11th of September.
And what is Positive Vibrations for those who don't already know but should know?
Basically, our man here, Rory, has got an amazing company, Raising Promotions company, putting on all types of events and things on and around Liverpool. He's been doing it for a good while. He's a cool dude. And
It's based around reggae and
basically
roots.
around reggae and roots, of course. And it's a music that we all love and everybody loves. It kind of brings people together. Hence the name, Positive Vibration.
And I think what's great about Positive Vibration, it's not just embracing one type of reggae music. Just like
all
in African
types.
music with us, it embraces all types.
That's how it should
We've
be,
got
yeah.
the young,
'Cause there's
the
so many
old.
different styles and genres and
We've got the classics, we've got the legends, we've got the new up-and-comers.
all of that. All types of
DJs.
DJs.
Yeah. So for information on how to get tickets, it's Pos Vibes Fest at Pos Vibes Fest, or just search Positive Vibrations on Google and you'll find all the information about tickets.
Yes, indeed.
Other things we want to mention, we have a children's event taking place at District on the 12th of September, and that's an event called Chama Jama. Unfortunately, all the tickets are sold out at the moment, and you might say, well, why are you advertising it? Well, basically, there might be still some availability for tickets in the last week leading up to the festival, so just check africaoye.com.
Yeah, get on the waiting list.
Yeah, get on the waiting list now, actually, because
Yeah.
you still might be able to obtain tickets that way for people that drop out.
Yes, indeed.
Other things to mention, we also have our monthly show on Melodic Distraction.
Oh, yes.
First week of every month. And the
First
next
Wednesday.
show,
Yeah.
first Wednesday actually. Thanks, Mike.
Melodic Distraction Radio.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm back in the theatre, my friend. So I've been doing, for the last couple of weeks, Bouncers.
What is Bouncers?
So Bouncers is basically an old story that was written in the 70s. It's 70s literature that was written by a guy called John Godber. And it's basically about bouncers or security, doormen, however you want to put it, that actually kind of describe and change from men to women, describing different scenarios that happen in and around nightclubs.
Okay.
So it's just
Where's
amazing.
it set?
So it's set. Basically, it's an adapted story. So because it was written in the 70s, at that time, theatres at that time would only do it according to that time.
Sure.
So at this time, everything's modernized to the current climate, the current economy, the way things are in the world. So it's Bouncers 5.0. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a modern day version on
And
it.
is it all Liverpool actors?
All Liverpool actors, Joe Spear being one of them, who's quite popular. Maybe we get him on the show at some point. I think he could be worth talking to.
Okay.
Joe Spear, Zayn Salim and Muti and Michael Horsley, all good friends of mine. And then me, I'm the DJ. So basically, I'm the DJ within the club. So there's live elements throughout the production, and I play those live elements as a DJ.
Sort of how many cast members are there? Is it quite a big production? It's quite
It's
intimate.
5.
Wow,
It's just
okay.
4 bouncers and me.
Okay.
That's all it is. So I do post, pre-interval music as well.
And how long's that show running for?
So it's been running from August, so it's already started into the mid-September.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And how can people get tickets for that?
Basically, Royal Court, it's at Royal Court box office. Just go straight there and get your tickets. Simple as that. Simple as that. It's good. Let's get
Okay,
in there.
so I think that's all we have time for this month. Am I right?
Yes. Just to remind everyone of the events that we do have coming up. 8th of September, Blick Bassi. 28th of October.
Mulatu Ashtake.
There you go. And of course, we've got our Melodic Distraction radio show. And we've got some guests, special guests, a lot of special guests from different genres and backgrounds to come in this series of podcasts that we have throughout the next 12 months.
And finally, just if you want to pick up any Africa Oye merchandise, T-shirts, sweatshirts, bags, Monopoly.
Monopoly, yes, of course.
Africa Oye Street in the Monopoly.
Yes.
Then please contact africaoye.com. Getting on the website, you can purchase all the merchandise from there to help keep the festival free moving forward.
Yes, of course.
And also any previous shows from our fabulous online show, which was Oye Nyambani, are all featured on the Oye website as well, so you can listen back to those, our festival special, and keep supporting Africa Oye. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.